Hey everyone, it's Ben Hardy here, and in today's we'll be looking at the Audi RS6 Avant Performance. Before we get in this video, I want to give a huge shout out and thank you to the Audi here in Salt Lake City, Utah, for giving me some time with this RS6. I'll include a link to their website in the description down below so you can check what they have currently. If you have any questions or need any help, just ask for Jack. I'll also include a link to my car buying guide. Let's get into it. Powering this is a twin-turbo 4-liter V8 that goes through an 8-speed automatic transmission. Fuel economy is 14 around town and then 21 on the highway, with power outputs being 621 horsepower and then 627 pound-feet of torque. This can do 0 to 60 in only 3.3 seconds. Before I move forward with this review, I do want to mention if you want to see more videos just like this, then I recommend you subscribe because I post content every single day. Now I will say this blue paint definitely pops, and I feel like any bright color in Audi pops because usually you see them in black, white, or gray. Anyways, really sharp body lines there on the hood, and then of course we've got the cool sequential lights. Audi always does a good job with their light animation. Some carbon fiber here and then at the bottom as well. You can see the grill's all blacked out. You got the RS6 badge there at the edge, but yeah, overall this is a really cool looking car. Now our turning wheel setup is 285 by 30 by 22 in the front and over in the rear. And you can see here at the wheels, spokes are actually really cool looking if you ask me. And look at the size of the front rotors. Of course, RS on the blacked out brake caliper. And yeah, gotta have a lot of stopping power for a crazy car like this. Anyways, you can see how the fender pops out quite a bit. You got more carbon fiber here. You got more on the mirror caps as well. And then this is where you can see the station wagon design, really cool looking. Now with the key fob, pretty simplistic. You got your lock and unlock opening for the hatch, Audi logo, RS logo there on the back. Press this a couple times and that will open up the rear hatch. Now yeah, this is one thing that's great about this is it's got SUV practicality, right? So you've got a very large cargo area with a cargo cover built in from the factory. Tabs to throw down the seats if you need even more storage. And there's even more underneath here. And this is cool, the trim that goes across. But yeah, I mean, this is just super practical. When you're all done, just press that button up top and that will lower the whole system. And then again with the tail lights, I'm getting the unlock function so you can see the cool sequential design there. I think that's really fun. And then RS6 here on the other side, and then look at those exhaust tips. Those are massive. But yeah, look at this thing. Probably one of the best looking station wagons ever made, I would say. But let me know your thoughts. And this of course leads us inside where we've got sunshades here for the rear passengers. Really nice trim up top. You got more of that carbon fiber trim down below, and this is cool. The Alcantara, and then you can see there with the brown leather. There's more brown leather inside. By the way, this isn't a custom spec. This is a normal order on one of these. For those of you that are wondering. We've got pretty good legroom back here. We do have our own climate zone in the back. You also have some USB ports and 12 volt back here and some ventilation. And these seats are just cool looking. Look at this. Like the trim there in the center, really high quality feeling stuff. And then the rear passengers actually do get their own sunroof as well, which is I think another cool thing. And now this leads us up front where again, you can see really nice trim here at the top, down below as well. This is cool. All the window controls, just a nice finish on them. Mirror adjustments, mirrors power fold in. Just a quick look at the mirrors. And of course we have stuff like memory seats. And then the front seat, well, you got the cover on that one. But you guys can see, really cool aggressive bucket design. Still have the brown leather, got all of your adjustments there on the side. And then you can see the pedals down below. Got your light controls here. And something fun to see would be the, let's see if we can find the weight out on this. So 948 pounds of payload. And then, there we go, gross vehicle weight rating over here. So, that's the front, the rear. Okay, there's we got total. So 6,030. So this thing weighs over 5,000 pounds. And 6,000 pounds, I guess you could technically write up, maybe. I won't give tax advice, but it's 6,000 pounds gross vehicle weight rating. So taking a look at the steering wheel, perforated all around. That's kind of like an Audi thing to do on RS cars. You can see your RS logo down below. Nice stitching on the airbag cover. Paddle shifters there on the back for the 8-speed. Practical controls in the front, including for your voice command, volume controls, controls for the center, and then of course we have a million stocks here on the back in normal Audi fashion. But here is the gauge cluster. So as you can see, it is fully digital and it's got the virtual cockpit setup. So depending on what you have displayed will determine what it shows when you go to the full view. And then we also have everything for like the performance information. I don't know, I think it's a pretty cool setup. Now in reverse, we do have a 360 camera system, and Audi does a really good job with their cameras. Tons of viewpoints, got a cool 3D view, everything you'd want from a camera. And then as for the infotainment system, it does have kind of like a haptic feedback setup, so you got to really click into the screen to let it know that you want to do what you're going to do. Anyways, do have some different drive modes that we can go through, basically just auto, comfort, dynamic. You also have adjustable suspension, and then you have your RS1 and RS2 modes as well. So there's a lot of sporty driving fun with this. Of course, really nice trim all across the dash, which is always a plus. And then you got more of that kind of like carbon fiber, metallic trim, everything all mixed together. And then I guess I'll quickly show you guys the glove box. It's big. We've got this secondary screen. This is mostly for the climate, so dual zone climate, heated and ventilated seats. And just kind of give it a little bit of a firmer press, turn on different functions. Parking assist, which is nice. And then your drive mode select and all of that. And then you can see here with the parking assist, little volume control. Shifter with more of that perforated trim. And then you got some cup holders here, parking brake with a nice kind of finish on it. Center console with a wireless phone charging pad. Got premium trim here on top. And then we have another center for the driver as well. So RS6 Avant Performance. Most everything comes standard. The options with this are basically, you know, looks and then some luxury features. You can see this one's got quite a bit. That matte carbon package is $7,600. I guess it gives you the fancy wheels, so it's still crazy, crazy, crazy. $142,490 is the total MSRP on this. Let's see how it performs. Let's talk about visibility before we set off. Over the hood, both the mirrors, and the rest of the rear, and well, let us set off. RS6 Avant Performance. I think this is like, if you're a car person, car guy or gal, I think this is like the dream daily driver for pretty much everyone, right? And other people might have like other dream cars, like maybe they want an off-roader, maybe they want a supercar. But in terms of just, you know, cars that you would, a car that you would, if you had tons of money, right? That you just drive every single day, this is it. This is it. Because it's got crazy power, it looks great, and it's still practical. That's the daily driver part, is it's practical. What the heck did it just... I tried to go into reverse and put it in the manual mode. What in the world? What in the world? Oh, now we're neutral. That was user error. The neutral was user error. But the manual mode, that was just, that was weird. Now the one nice thing about the air suspension is that depending on the drive mode that you have, let's get that out of the way. Depending on the drive mode you have it in, will determine the height. So like I can raise, oh no, raise, there we go. Yeah, I can raise the height if I want, which gives me more clearance. So like on something like this, where it's, you know, kind of low, just to be safe, I can make sure that I don't bottom out with it. So just a nice feature. Okay, actually setting off in the RS6 Avant. You know, even though this has 22-inch wheels, which do not provide a whole lot of dampening, it actually is pretty darn comfortable. Let me make sure I have the suspension at the proper height here. Okay, so we're in comfort. Okay, yeah, the suspension's at the proper height. Yeah, it's actually pretty comfortable. You know what I'd love to see from Audi? Maybe this makes no sense to anyone watching this, but an RS6 with smaller wheels, smaller brakes too, right? You got braking technology, we can still have good stopping power, but smaller brakes. And then like off-road tires, like an all-road, but an RS6, that would be so cool. That would be cool. Yeah, of course, tons of power from the V8. It's super torquey, which, when you look at the power figures, and it's like, yeah, it is. Pop it into dynamic. It's a little more aggressive right away. But I can see why this is like the dream daily. It's easy to see out of, and it's just a comfortable car to be in. Like, the seats are comfortable, and one of the things that, for, you know, people that like cars, one of the things that's important is handling. Even if you're not, you know, pushing to the limit, going around a corner and being able to go a little bit quicker, right, have a little bit of fun on your commute, that's valuable. That's super valuable. So it's one of the cool things about these station wagons is they're, you know, low to the ground, so handling's really good, sharp. And the exhaust sounds really good. It does like some crackles and everything. It's also, that spoiler, man, that adds like 50 horsepower. It's pretty cool how they have this set up. Ooh. Yeah, it's got some power. Wow. We'll get a real acceleration here in just a moment. I will say the brakes are kind of touchy on the Performance, more so than the regular RS6. Seems like. Maybe it's just me, but car seems kind of like more on edge compared to a regular RS6. Yeah, this thing's crazy. Holy guacamole. Crazy car. Crazy car. Again, over 600 horsepower. This thing's just an animal. So, RS6 Performance, again, this is like the ultimate car person's daily driver. If you're a car person and you had unlimited money, we all know this is going to be in your garage, and for good reason. It's comfortable, it looks great, it's super fast, it drives really well, great handling, just a really cool car. But with all that stuff combined, it's expensive, right? There's a price to pay for all of that. So let me know what you guys think about the RS6 Avant Performance, yada 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 yada, long name. Yeah, let me know what you think.